Hey guys, welcome back. In continuation of what we saw before, we have fixed all those things. We are in the last edge. There are two edges that are mismatched, so we are going to make sure that we are fixing that. And for doing this, as I mentioned, without distorting others, there is a new algorithm. Before we tell the algorithm, the terminology is: if I move both the bottom rows, if I move one row, you know that it is D, but if I move both, they call it as capital D small d. So this is the small d, and this is the, this is like D, that's what they call. And if I move it back, D prime, capital D small d prime. So for our narration, I will say that DD and then DD prime, again F prime, F prime. So that's how it is. Again, FF and all those things. We are not going to use all those things. Right now we are going to focus on DD prime. So right now we have these two and we have aligned them in the same line. They are okay. Now we need to move forward with fixing this. So what we do is we use a formula DD, capital D small d, move both the rows, and then we do a R, F prime, U, R prime, F, and D prime. So now you see this, you have already gotten the line fixed. If you do the same thing again, you'll get the same distorted position that we were in. So I'll do it once and then I'll again fix the same thing. The formula is the same: DD, R, F prime, U, R prime, F, DD prime. So now you see that all the others are all okay, but these two are not fixed. The edges are not fixed. The edges are distorted and they are in the same place. After you align them, not the other way where you have blue and red, you have blue and red. So blue is facing you, red is outside, green is facing you. You have to do it only for the last edge. Other edges, it will be the other way where your red will face you and so on. So for this last edge, when there are only two edges and they are like this, make it like this, and then you can do DD, R, F prime, U, R prime, F, DD prime. So this way you are fixed. Now you have actually translated a 4x4 into a 3x3, and it will be interesting to see that you have got, again, it is not aligned or distorted, but it is 3x3 now. How it is, I'll just show you that. So if you see that, I'll keep the normal pattern that I keep. So if you see the orientation, you see that you have got it, and you have got the centers aligned properly, like exactly the same, and you have got the edges also like that, where you have both the colors facing both the sides. So for example, in this case you have got all the colors face. So this will form the center, these four will form the edges, and these four will form the corners. Like in this case, you are going to have, this is the center, these four edges and four corners, and you have translated that to the same center, four edges and four corners. The only difference being center is 4 piece, edges, each of the edges 2 piece, and your corners are still the 1 piece. So you have now translated into 3x3, and from here it is going to be a straightforward use of one of the methods that you like. It could be the CFOP beginner method, or the advanced CFOP method, or the ruse method. And again, they go through the same pattern. You can look into my clips, and from there you can clip. I'm going to do one clip where I will solve this, but I will not be explaining this, because again, I'll be using one of the three methods and the playlists are already there. So I'll just solve this to show you that how this translate. And as always, I would go to my favorite ruse method, because that's the one thing that I always like. So I will go, and without doing explanations, I'll just keep going on it. That will be my next clip. But in summary, the 4x4, you need to translate that into the centers and edges and make it as a 3x3. And once you have the 3x3, use the same method, whichever method you prefer and you know, to solve it and then solve. So with that explanation, I'm going to take a break now. My next clip will be a long clip where I'll go through ruse method I will not explain. As I said, I'm not going to explain it step by step. I'll just keep narrating what I'm doing and then keep moving on to it. So please watch and make sure that you also look into the Ruse Method playlist that is there in my channel. Till then, small break. I'll come back. Thank you.